I'm Jake the Math Guy. In this video, we'll talk about an introduction to exponents. What is an exponent and what is the expanded form of an exponent? So I'm doing my math homework and I come across something that looks a little something like this. We got a big number here and a little number up here. Well, this is an exponent. That little number up there, so that is called the exponent. Also known as a power. Okay, so this could be read 5 to the power of 4, or 5 to the 4th power, or 5 raised to the power of 4. Either way, this is an exponent. The big part here, the big number, is called the base. So these are the two parts of an exponent. We have the base and we have the actual exponent, or the power. So before I talk about what an exponent is and how to solve it, I'm going to take a step back here. So really basic stuff here for just a second. 2 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, which of course is 6. But is there another way we could write this? Instead of having to write 2 plus 2 plus 2, could we write that another way? Well, yeah, it's called multiplication. So instead of having to write 2 plus 2 plus 2, I can just write 2 times 2. Or sorry, times 3. 2 times 3. 2 is the number that we're adding, and we're adding it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 2 times 3. So whenever you do multiplication, you're really just doing multiple additions. This is just a shorthand way of showing this. Okay? So let's take it to the next level now. Instead of 2 plus 2 plus 2, what if I want to do 2 times 2 times 2? Okay? Just like we had a shorthand way of showing multiple additions, there's also a shorthand way of showing multiple multiplications. So here we have 2 times 2 times 2. We're multiplying a number of times. The number we're multiplying is 2, and we're multiplying it 1, 2, 3 times. So that is an exponent. An exponent is just a shorthand way of showing a multiple number of multiplications. In this case, we're multiplying 2. 2 is the factor, and we have 3 of them. We're using it as a factor 3 times. 2 times 2 times 2. 2 to the power of 3. 3 is the exponent. 2 is the base, just like we said before. And the answer, 2 times 2 times 2, of course, is 2 times 2, that's 4, times 2 is 8. Now this right here is called the expanded form. So these are the two forms of an exponent. We have the exponent form, where you actually see the exponent, and we have the expanded form up here, where you actually see it multiplied out. So once we do a few of these, I think it'll be, pretty easy to get the hang of. So I'm just going to do a few examples, and then you'll be a master at exponents. All right? So again, we have two forms. We have the exponent form, and then we have the expanded form. Okay, so of course, exponent form is where we actually see the exponent. So for example, let's do the example we started out with, 5 to the power of 4. Okay, 5 is the number that we're multiplying, and what we're going to do is we're going to write it 4 times. So the exponent tells you how many times to write this number. So we're going to write it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, with an exponent, we're always multiplying. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. Okay, let's do a few of these. 2 to the power of 5. Okay, this time the number that we're multiplying is 2. Again, the base tells us the number that we're multiplying. And we're going to write it how many times? 5. The exponent just tells you how many times are we going to write that number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're always multiplying. Okay, a lot of times people make the mistake of trying to add this together, or they'll multiply this times this, which will give you 10. No, you're always multiplying the number by itself that many times. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which would be 32. Let's do another example. Let's do 7 to the power of 2. So 7 is the number we're multiplying. We're writing it 2 times. 7 times 7, which is 49. Okay, what if I have 5 to the power of 1? Okay, well, again, 5 is our factor, 5, and we're going to write it 1 time. So the answer would just be 5. Any number to the power of 1 is just itself. So, 256 to the power of 1 is just 256. One more example, why not? 10 to the power of 7. 10 times 10 times 10, and we write this 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the answer is 10 million. So now you know how to do exponents. Check out my other videos to see more in-depth explanation of other topics with exponents, and make sure to subscribe for more math videos. If there's a math topic you would like to see me cover, leave a comment.